Anyway,
Yes.
welcome to an episode of Candid Talk, y'all. Today I got two special guests.
What's going on?
Hi.
We got Brittany, we got Jason. This is my brother.
Yes.
This is my... Hey, we might have to figure that out. Well, welcome, y'all. Today we actually gonna have a quick talk on what's going on in this society. Like, I just don't understand exactly what's going on in society today. Hopefully y'all can fill me in on what y'all see, maybe something that I don't. But I'm just trying to understand the way of the world, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So join us. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment, hello, so we know what to, elaborate on. But let's get it.
It's Candid Talk where we lay it down. No room for fakes, we wear the crown.
Well, I mean, we could definitely start out this talk about the death coming in threes from Michael Jamal Warner.
Yeah, I think that's honestly.
And it was everything from the 80s. Those who was from the 80s were born, 80s babies, even 90s babies. Was it Osborne?
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Ozzy Osbourne, which I wasn't too familiar with him too much. But Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
What was the third?
Hulk Hogan. That was the third one.
And Malcolm Jamal.
Yeah, Michael Jamal was first, Henry Osborne, and then Hulk Hogan, within all the same week.
I've noticed that over the years. It seemed like a thing, like a major thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's like a? What do you think that is? Like, is that like a spiritual grief? Number three means a lot of things.
I mean, that's what they always say. Death comes in three, and every time I've heard that, or when I first heard about it, it actually happened that way. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, rest in peace, and to his family. I mean, we still, as us 80s, 90s babies, still trying to deal with it. Like, it's hard to even watch Bill Cosby right now. It's like watching it, you start feeling a little melancholy and just like, no, it was a freak accident. Like,
yeah, it was a drowning or something.
Yeah.
And that's just different. It's definitely ironic because I am a comedian. I was like, black guy drowning. That's maybe we can't swim. But I'm sorry, that's just I couldn't help.
But it said it was a tidal wave that brought
wave?
something like that brought him down.
It's so
And this
soon
is why
for that.
I'm sorry, but I'm serious. I think we all need to learn how to swim and just be prepared for situations like that's where my humor went. But it was more of a alarming thing for me.
My nephew's taking lessons.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, death in threes is it's a terrible thing, and it seemed like mainly for celebrities. Do you see that happening in like personal life? Because I don't really remember threes in my personal life.
No, I don't. I don't remember. Just it's been with celebrities for me.
Yeah.
My experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My deaths are usually more spaced out.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. I haven't noticed that.
Do you think it's a possibility? It's not that there's powers that we don't know about, or like they say, because Hulk Hogan was going through a lot of negativity.
Yeah, I just found out that he was a racist.
Very much racist. Yes.
I did not know that, and I grew up on Hulk Hogan, watching
when he came
WWF.
out so strongly supporting Donald Trump, I was probably going to find more.
I just
stuff
saw
about
that
him
picture.
I didn't like.
I just saw he had a huge picture with Donald Trump on and all of this. I was like,
so that's cool.
I didn't know that.
Because I also watched him as a child. That's great.
Yeah, like Hulk Hogan was he was my wrestler. Like nobody could beat Hulk Hogan. Well, I remember when Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant at the WrestleMania, and they was in a big cage. Yeah, like it was like Hulk Hogan, but I didn't know that he really did not like black people.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see it as most old white men didn't. Like, it was a real thing that was kind of trained into. Like,
oh yeah, if you think of it as a time that he grew up in, but also
there's a gentleman that works in the building that I work in, and for some reason he will not get on the same elevator as me. He's the nicest guy outside of that.
It's like, okay,
but he doesn't want to be in enclosed spaces. Where I was just like, this is
is he though? Like, that's such a weird choice to make. So is he the nicest guy outside of that? Like, why do you not want to be on the elevator with me?
It's just a mentality. That's what I'm saying. So it's a really, because when you think about how black people are received, they were not received in the highest light all the time, especially by what the media puts us out as. So when it comes to, let's say, older white men that don't really know or have too many black people around them, they're gonna have those ideas, and it pretty much runs. That's not even just them. It's really the way the world views us a lot of times until they actually get around us. Why is that?
Because if I'm ever gonna have a bad situation, it's usually with either being disrespectful, like when I was on my last job, being disrespectful. Less than them because of what I do, or being disrespectful because of how I choose to present myself in the world, and so they will take certain liberties and they will say certain things to me that they absolutely should not say to me because they're older than my father, number one, and I just am not attracted to you at all and never will be.
So
number two, yeah. Like, there's no need.
Ew.
Absolutely no need.
Shade glasses on that one.
Shade glasses on that one. So they wanted some ebony. Ebony.
And I'm not.
Ivory.
I'm not doing that.
So
But also on the flip side, I would rather be on the elevator by myself.
all right. What do you think about it?
Unless this is it must be a Devil Wears Prada thing, because when Miranda gets on the elevator, you can't get on the elevator with Miranda Priestley.
Well, she's Miranda Priestley.
Yeah. So maybe that's what they feel.
I want to get on the elevator.
Yeah.
I don't trust it. I'll take the next one.
Yeah.
Hit
You
the
know.
button. I'll hit it for you.
That might be it.
What do you think is going to actually help the world actually get over that part, though? Because I feel like that's either an old stigma or just a non-relatable type. Like, people haven't actually gotten around the right crowds of, let's say, black or whites. Because I know a few, and I always separate the two. You got blacks, you got niggas. You got whites, you got crackers. I'm sorry, there's a regular level, and then you have the lower levels. Like, if you only know us as our lower level, let's say like the racist one, that's more of the cracker side. You got the aggressive, angry black, that's the nigga side typically. You know what I'm saying? It's not the educated motherfuckers, it's not the people that's actually communicating and breaking those barriers down and actually allowing us to become a little bit more united. So how do you think we could get more people to actually see us for who we actually are versus what the media puts out there?
I guess as an individual, do the things that you're supposed to do. Try to be an example. You know, me being an educator, I definitely have to be an example. You know, I am that figure, that male figure. I am that father figure, that mentor. So I just lead by example. Real simple. I mean, everyone has something going on in their lives. It's just all how we handle it and how we choose to go about, you know, taking care of, you know, different type of situations. That's all, without judging others, being humble. A lot of people don't know how to be humble. It doesn't make sense to. You don't always have to be right about something, because you're never going to be right. There's always somebody that just might know something a little bit more than you do. So the intelligent person, but okay, well, what is it? So I can get. Now I can know. So now my knowledge increases. You know, and that's what it's all about, listening to other people. You know, being able, it's okay to ask a question. Hey, what does that mean? You know, where'd you get that from? Or where'd you get that shirt from? You know, what website was that? I mean, it's okay. Don't be afraid to open up your mouth and ask a question. You know, some people, especially men, we deal with pride and stuff like that. So I guess, that's I think that would be the best way to just lead by example and just don't be afraid.
And you will definitely end up having a conversation that you weren't expecting to have. And hey, I like this thing, you like this thing. Maybe we're more similar than we think. It's definitely easier to, I don't know, because it seems like negative when you say like, never mind, that train of thought is gone. It's definitely easier to.
This
let people into you, like let people into what you're doing when you acknowledge that we are just all people. I'm like, okay, we don't look exactly the same, but that doesn't really matter, does it?
So do you think it's a religion thing that's making us act different towards each other?
I've actually had that.
Probably part of it, yeah.
I more want to jump over what you said, which I think is very important. For one, individuality. Everybody is an individual that's asking questions. I think the problem with society is that people assume too much.
Yes.
You assume what I'm saying is you assume is what you understood versus actually understanding what I'm saying.
Or expecting I should know something, and I don't.
Expectations is the other thing. That's the other thing. Expectations kill most people.
I experienced that in my class in graduate school. You know? I have a particular professor. If I ask a question, the professor tells me, well, all the other students didn't have,
That has nothing to do with my question.
Right. I was like, okay, I'm asking because I want to be sure of something. I want to make sure that I'm understanding what I'm doing. I'm not worried. And I'm online, so guess what? I don't even know the other students. I've never seen their faces before. So you telling me something that all I know is you could have maybe one student. I don't know. I was talking about for me. I had a question. How do you do this? And how do I do this? Or if I do it this way, would that be okay? And you want to give me a roundabout answer? And yeah, like.
It's really strange how many people in education should not be in education.
So, right. So that I know that alone taught me as a teacher now that I definitely wouldn't do that to my students. Because whatever.
You could just say not from just teaching. It's also from personal relationships.
Yeah.
Communication and personal relationships are lacking, I believe, because everybody's assuming that they're saying the same thing when they're truly not.
Absolutely not.
Like they're not even close to saying the same thing a lot of times. And then comprehension a lot of times it's based on a few things. Your upbringing, your environment, and then the status of what you're in. If you're in survival mode, the way you feel or receive things is gonna be a little bit different than somebody that's actually in their own elements. So I think there's a lot of things that go into that, but assumption and expectation, I think that's a major downfall. Even when we talk about the personalities that we talk about, like these older mindsets, it's kind of crazy to expect them to kind of grow without experience. Most of them aren't trying to experience based off of their expectations.
Yes.
Right? They're working on their own assumption. They will not because they're unable to. They're unable to because it's set in their mind. It's been like that for too long. So when you think about Hope, it's been like that for too long. He was what, 71 when he
71. It would have been 72 this year.
He didn't have a nigga in the family to help.
I really was shocked to hear that. A good friend of mine, you know.
Rest in peace to the family. I mean, it's not. I'm trying to make a big deal.
Like I never got that from him. Like until just yesterday, I was watching something on TikTok and it was showing pictures of him, and there was a picture with him with the big Trump shirt on and all of this. I was like, oh wow. But
so every Trump supporter is racist, so we considering Kanye one too.
Yeah. And yes. Yeah. I mean I think that's the safest bet.
Are the people that performed at that rally as considered this?
Well, I don't know if all Trump supporters would be racist. I think some. I think some Trump supporters are looking at it in terms of business wise, money wise for the country. I know some Trump supporters they are not racist. They're just looking at it in terms of economics, bringing the country where it's supposed to be. And those people. And those same people are
man's background, bro.
Are having
He's an awful businessman. How many times has he filed for bankruptcy? He's never been good at business. I don't understand people who made that decision to vote for him because of the business way he was going to run the country. But that's neither here nor there. What were you saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, Listen.
She's a little triggered on that, man. She's
Yeah,
triggered on that.
I spend so much time avoiding these conversations because it really is so stressful to me that people would have made that choice based off of his business because he's not good at it. I feel like moving through the world for me personally right now, the safest assumption that I can make is that there is some kind of racism happening, and to avoid you until you make it a point to show me that you are a safe person. And then we can have the conversation from there. And then maybe someday I'll be like, why did you make that choice that you made? So many people were like, nah, but you were like, yeah. So I'd love to know why you felt like, yeah, But based on him, based on how he moves, based on the way that he treats women, based on the way that he treats people that do not look like him, for me, as a black woman, as a queer black woman, my safest bet is to not do business with you until I know what kind of person you are outside of that one thing that I know about you. I don't usually talk about Donald Trump because he pisses me off. Can't have good conversations about him.
Like I said, the question, back to the question, do you think all Trump supporters are racist? It could be half and half. And I know even some of us voted for Trump, and they're Trump supporters.
20%.
I think it was actually 33%.
No, it was 80-something% for Kamala. So it had to be 20-something.
20%? Okay.
Like 82% for Kamala.
Okay. Okay.
That's the only percent that I know.
Yeah. Well, and they not the ones that I know personally. They not racist. They voted for Trump. Excuse me, for like a better term, business, and how he'll bring money for the country that unfortunately I guess Biden wasn't doing. So I
don't know what Biden was doing.
I don't think nobody does, and I've heard things where he, Biden kind of sabotaged the election too, because unfortunately after that first debate, it was such a debacle. Like he just wasn't well to do it.
Yeah, that's every time you talk, it just
and
he was negotiating.
Donald Trump had a field day, but of course when he got to Kamala, tables turned. And the Democratic Party was like, "Hey, this is not good. You're not well, and this is not good representation."
They were trying to get him to run another term, though.
No, they didn't. No, he wanted to run another term. They didn't want him to run another term.
Until the last second, they didn't really stop him. Until they
after the first after that first debate, that's when they.
The thing about it is,
he woke up.
Democrats sabotage themselves. Except for AOC, I will say. Every single Democrat that's there right now is actively sabotaging themselves. You know how easy it would be for y'all to come together as a unit to stop the things that are happening, but instead you want to point fingers instead of taking blame. You don't want to actively do any work. You just want to continue to add to the subterfuge that's happening in DC right now. And genuinely, I am confused. I'm concerned. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
They all the same.
So
They all the same.
it's just so
They
stressful.
party the same. They come together the same. The only time they're divisive is when they're in front of us. So that's why I just laugh at all of it personally. I think all the political stuff is meant to divide. And at the end of the day, they divide us, and then they be together behind the doors. Like, it's fucking playing with. They pretty much making us puppets at the end of the day. And we're the people that's going against each other, and they're like, yeah, that's more money. Watch them divide, and we're going to increase. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy when you think about it. But the more divided we are, the more we actually put money out there into the world. And we're unhappy person. I need to spend. I need to go here. I need to do this. I need to feel this. So, I don't know. That political stuff, I typically don't stay away from it.
I'll stay away from the political stuff because at the end of the day, it's politics. That's exactly what it is. And I'd rather focus on more as an individual, as a person, trying to be the best person that you would like to be. The politics are what the politics are. I mean, it's nothing that we can do about it. But what I can do is to make sure that I have over 700 credit score. That would be nice, and keep it. Let's You know, let's talk about that. That credit is essential. Without it, you can't do anything. You know. But let's talk about this education system. How do y'all feel about no phones in the school? I think it's a wonderful thing.
No phones in the school? That's a thing.
It's a new Georgia law.
They should have been had that.
Yes.
I mean, that was the thing when I was younger. So, I mean, we were smarter in my generation, in my opinion.
Yes.
I'm just saying. Yeah. So,
Right.
a lot of people in my generation's opinion, I think these phones are making people way dumber. You don't have to use your brain.
Well, you know, the new Georgia law is they can't bring cell phones at all, or computers, or smartphones at all. No.
Be shot just because they're at school when someone's trying to is that something that Georgia is addressing as well? I don't know. I feel like he's probably one of them.
That's a rare.
Well, you know, so let's talk about so
You can look it up. That's pretty rare.
what shootings in the schools. It is a low percentage. I mean, I can probably count 5 times that it's happened, and it's been. I'm not going to throw the race card, but it's
I know exactly where you're going with it.
yeah, like because you know, in terms of us, we going to schools for some people. For us, going to school is like a scapegoat. It's like that's where they get their meals from. That's where they can just get away from home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because
100%.
of all the different levels of things going on, and they just don't want to deal with it. They just want to run away from it. But they damn sure enough ain't gonna, you know, school is like their safe haven, you know. And then for some of us, school is, you know, our place we gonna get education. But on the other side,
I got a question for you as an educator, because it seems like a lot of teachers are tired.
it is.
In this society, I can
It's.
see
I mean,
how do we get?
the students are not respecting teachers anymore. Students are not fearing teachers anymore. I'm gonna call your mother. Okay, I'll call her with you. It's like she ain't gonna do nothing. And then you know you don't have the parent support. Sometimes you got some of the parents. They look for a reason to wanna, you know, say you did something to their child or something just to get some money. You know, they want a lawsuit. I hate to say that, but you know, no shade.
Like society's in survival mode.
Yeah.
It's really digressing when it comes to morale and just aiming higher. Like everybody's looking for a come up.
A quick come up.
And a quick come up is typically you're pretty much bringing somebody else down to pull yourself up. You gotta throw somebody under the bus so you can ride.
Everybody's trying to survive. All the wealth is staying concentrated in very specific places.
When you say all the wealth is being concentrated, what do you mean by that?
I mean, tax cuts are continuing to happen for people who don't need them. They're not paying their fair share in taxes. It's hurting society. It's making us feel like crabs in a barrel because we're all doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. And these people who can do more are barely doing anything at all because they're sending all their money other places. It's hard to build the kind of society that I feel like we all would like to see when you're constantly wondering where your next meal is coming from.
I mean, that makes sense, but I feel like people are way more lazy than ever. That's why I'm talking about the survival instincts. People are just trying to find the quickest come up versus actually putting in work and actually figuring out a way to make it come up. It's more of, I need more from the government. I need more help, handouts and shit like that. Like that's never been the way.
I mean, that's not been my experience, but I can see that.
That's never been the way though.
Well, I mean, not only that though, let's talk about, you know, these babies having babies.
That too.
You know, kids having kids at 12, 13 years old. They still a kid themselves.
Yeah, I don't know that either. I feel like
Let's talk about that. You know, this is Candid Talk.
This is Candid Talk.
Let's talk about what specifically is the pullout game being great.
I mean,
That shit's fucking being crazy.
nah, not type of stuff. That is amazing. I mean, but overall, like, I think when it comes to sexual activity, it's continuously happening younger and younger, and then they're exposed to it younger.
Is it? Do you think it's because of reality TV and how a lot of black women are being portrayed?
It's not even just black. That's a society thing in general.
Yeah, society thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that blacks have less positive influences. I think they don't display it as much. Like I said, the media controls a lot of that. Like you don't see all of the doctors that was all black African American males, then the ones that was African American women, all of the graduates. That was one of the biggest pool of graduates I ever seen. Bunch of doctors. You ain't see that shit nowhere. And they had a bunch of lawyers, etc. Like you don't see that type of stuff. We get our celebrities, you get all these rappers, you get the baddies, and that gets pushed in front of our faces. So when it comes to the black side, I think that's promoted more than anything. But as a society, sex is always sold.
Sex sells.
Being sold now, like it's an actual thing. Like with the OnlyFans, you can get paid for photo. I'm a photographer, so I know how people get paid for photos. You get paid for that type of content. So that's being pushed in front more than anything because you're actually making something off of it. Versus where they didn't have all of these outlets before to make money off it.
Sex was always sold though.
Yeah, sex was always sold, but not to this amount. Like anybody can get into it at this point. Like you had to actually qualify before, or you was just at the lowest rank. Nah, if you get one viral video, or if you get something popping, you have an opportunity. Versus where it was a lot harder. It was shame before because people actually felt shame, so they wasn't actually proud to be out there throwing the body around. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole atmosphere has changed.
I feel like there's probably still a lot of shame. I just think people care less about it. This society has always cared about sex. That's why babies continue to have babies, because their parents don't talk to them about it because they assume they're going to learn in school, where all they do is fear mongering. They show you pictures, speaking from experience, 8th grade health, they show you pictures of genitals fucked up from the STDs you can get, instead of telling you how to not get STDs and how to maybe not have babies before you want to have babies. There are all these different contraceptives that you are never going to hear about in school. Again, speaking from experience, it's just really weird. The society has always been super weird.
Are you trying to say they took that out of the school system?
No, I'm saying when I went to school, the only thing they taught us about was STDs, not how to not catch them. It essentially was just fear mongering. Don't have sex. Okay, well, everybody is going to have sex. The only difference is you are raising children who don't know how to have sex safely because you don't talk to them about it.
They promoting how to have safe sex in this society. They promoting they have the books with sex and everything. I've been complaining about getting that stuff removed. They even talk about the orientation, being gay. They actually have books where it's talking about oral sex and things of that nature. Did you hear about that type of stuff? You think that's good?
I do, because kids are going to be doing this, so they need to have the resources, since people clearly aren't going to talk to them about it.
So what you're saying is,
what you're saying that 12 and 13-year-olds should be having sex. I'm saying if they're going to, there should be safe options for them to do it.